Hey everyone, I'm Christian, and for this week's prompt, which I think is the final discussion prompt for this course, the prompt is to identify two key takeaways from to each of the two major sections. And looking back at these two halves of this course, I say that for interpersonal, something that stood out to me is nonverbal communication, and then for the public communication and presentations, the transition words were a big takeaway that I had. So first, for the interpersonal communication, why that stood out to me and how I hope to use this in my everyday life. I feel like the reason why it stood out to me is because it just has so much power to it. Like I said in the video that we did on verbal and nonverbal communication. I feel like nonverbal says more. The nonverbal cues say more than what actual words can say. Whether that be in you're just talking to your parents or your teachers, your friends, being able to be intentional about these things is very meaningful. And that's what just really hit me, and that's why it became a key takeaway of mine and how I hope to use this in my everyday life. I feel like I said, just really being intentional about my cues, because I feel like sometimes my cues can not be the best, and it's something that I just need to personally work on to make sure that also my cues don't offend, and to really make the person that's communicating to me um, know that I'm actively listening, because I know I'd want that from them as well. And then for the second key takeaway from the presentation section, transition words is what stood out to me. It's really what make or breaks the presentation, I feel like. And I never really thought about transition words that way before reading or before engaging in these certain videos. It just opened a whole new thing for me about transition words and how I should really try to incorporate them in my speeches or presentations in order for it to feel more organized and for the topic that I'm speaking about to flow. And I feel like that's going to help me later on when I keep practicing speeches and presentations and things like that. But yeah, thank you.